Obama separated the children, by the way. Just so you understand. President Obama separated the children. Those cages that were shown, I think they were very inappropriate. They were built by President Obama's administration, not by Trump. President Obama had child separation. Take a look. The press knows it. You know it. We all know it. I'm the one that stopped it. President Obama had child separation. Now, I'll tell you something. Once you don't have it, that's why you see many more people coming. They're coming like it's a picnic, because let's go to Disneyland. President Obama separated children. They had child separation. I was the one that changed it. But it brings a lot more people to the border. When you don't do it, it brings a lot more people to the border. We are not looking to do it. But President Obama had the law. We changed the law. And I think the press should accurately report it, but of course they won't.
Not only does Trump absolve himself of separating children from their families at the border, but he blames Obama for doing so. But neither one of these statements are true. Obama did not have a family separation policy. Conservatives point to photos of a chain-linked holding area from 2014 under the Obama administration as justification that Obama did the same thing as Trump. But these photos come from Border Patrol's processing center in Nogales, Arizona, where a facility was established in a converted warehouse after a record number of underage migrants arrived at the border, leaving existing Border Patrol stations overflowing. In other words, migrants were detained as they were processed, but families were not separated under the Obama administration. And a photo with no context from 2014 doesn't prove that they were. But worse is Trump's purposefully misleading claim that his administration isn't separating families. Because technically, there isn't a policy mandating the separation of families, but the administration did impose a zero-tolerance policy at the border, meaning that anyone caught crossing illegally was to be criminally prosecuted. And here's why that's so important. Under the Obama administration, children were only separated from an adult if it was determined that the kid's safety was in danger. If the parent was a criminal and had a felony conviction, not just the charge of entering the United States illegally. But under Trump, zero tolerance meant that the mere act of illegal border entry, of crossing the border into the United States one time, became a federal misdemeanor, a criminal act that necessitates child separation during court proceedings. In other words, this administration perverted a system put in place to protect kids from dangerous adults by including the act by which they arrived here, in the same criminal category as sex traffickers, as abusive parents. This policy was intended solely to separate kids from their families through an insidious legal loophole created by the Trump administration. And beyond that, while trying to convince reporters that he is against such a policy, he can't help himself but say numerous times how well it works, likening migrants trekking hundreds or thousands of miles to flee violence or economic strife to a casual trip to Disneyland.
Now, I'll tell you something. Once you don't have it, that's why you see many more people coming. They're coming like it's a picnic, because let's go to Disneyland.
Leave it to Trump to try and distance himself from this inhumane policy by crowing about how effective it is. And Trump can obfuscate the facts by parsing words about what his policy is or isn't, but the fact is that there were at least 2,654 immigrant children separated from their parents as a result of this administration's policies. And while most have been reunited with their parents after organizations like the ACLU sued the administration, there are still well over 100 children who have yet to be reunited with their families. So the next time Trump claims that there's no such thing as family separation, he might want to tell that to the migrant children who were spread across 121 different detention centers in 17 states, some of whom waited alone for more than 10 months to be reunited with their families.